With a decent sign-up bonus, extra points for dining and groceries, plus a bunch of different credits. If you love food, Amex wants you to love this card. The question is it worth it? So in this video, I'm going to share my experience with the card for the last 7 years, break down all the different perks, share some of the drawbacks / cons, and also give you some extra tips that can make sure that you get the most value from this card. Let's get into it. Jumping straight into things, let's talk about the welcome bonus. The current public bonus for the American Express Gold Card is 60,000 MR points after spending $6,000 on the card in the first 6 months, plus an additional 20% back on everything you spend up to $100 in the first 6 months of the card as well. However, you can find even higher sign-up bonuses for this card. When I signed up for this card way back when, I got 75,000 points. If you check the card match tool, you can routinely get stuff for upwards of 90,000. I've even seen 100,000 points for this particular card. So check card match depending on what it is that you're targeted for. Now, membership reward points are some of the most valuable points in the card game. So if I conservatively value these points at 1.5 per point, realistically, you should be getting around 2. The sign-up bonus could be worth anywhere from $750 to $1,800 just on the sign-up bonus. Now, American Express recently raised the annual fee on this card all the way up to $325. However, it does come with some perks. So the first benefit is $120 dining credit, which is broken up into $10 increments each month. Now, this credit is good at Grubhub, Five Guys, Cheesecake Factory, Wine.com, and Goldbelly. So if it is that you buy something from these places every single month, you could take advantage of this credit. But even though I don't go to any of these places on a month-to-month basis, I have a secret formula that I use for myself to make sure that I maximize this entire benefit and get the full $120. Next up is $100 Resi credit. This one is pretty easy to use, at least from my perspective. It doesn't require for you to make a reservation or do anything special. All you have to do is use the card when it is that you're out dining at a Resi restaurant. Resi does have a very large portfolio of restaurants if you live in a large metropolitan area. But even as a new credit, I've already been able to use this credit at certain restaurants that are affiliated with Resi. It's broken down into two $50 increments. And again, all you have to do is swipe your card at a Resi restaurant and you'll be able to use it. $120 in Uber Cash. This one's super solid. I talk about this one in my American Express Platinum videos. I get the full value of this one because I use Uber at least once a month, and in the month that I'm not taking a ride, it's also good on Uber Eats. All you have to do is link your card to your American Express account and they automatically load the $10 into your account on the start of every month. $84 at Dunkin' Donuts. This one was a bit of a head scratcher. I don't necessarily go to Dunkin' Donuts that often. It's $7 each month for 12 months there. It's a cool benefit, I guess, if you get coffee or buy donuts and stuff, but it's not something that I frequent every single month. But also when we get to the tips and tricks, I'll give you another hack that may make this useful a little bit more down the line. In addition to all those specific monthly credits that you get with the card, you also get some of the American Express purchase protections and warranty protections. There's always good to have that in terms of return protection, extra warranty and all that. A lot of that comes with this card. And another thing to note there, if you're traveling, there's no foreign transaction fees on this card, so you could use it on your dining, eating out when it is that you're abroad as well. Now, for me personally, when it is that I'm looking at evaluating a card, the bonus spend category is the biggest reason for me to get the card, and the American Express Gold Card has one of the biggest extra spend categories out there for dining and groceries. It's 4x on dining and groceries, so we tend to prioritize the American Express Gold Card for our grocery and our dining spend. You also get 3x on flights booked directly with the airline website or on American Express Travel, plus 2x on hotels booked on American Express Travel. That's not of much benefit to me because I also hold the American Express Platinum card and it gives me 5x in those categories. But if you don't hold that premium of a card, that might be a benefit to you as well. And speaking of membership rewards points, these are, as I mentioned, some of the most valuable points in the game. I value them at a minimum of 1.5 per point. Realistically, I'm using the transfer partners of these cards, which there are a ton from American Express reward points. I think it's about 21 airline and hotel partners. I'm routinely able to book business class travel at least once a year for a big trip for me and my wife. Partners like Air Canada's Aeroplan to book Star Alliance flights for everything from United to Turkish Airlines. You also have Virgin, which gives me a lot of value on SkyTeam, whether that be on Delta or Air France or other things like that. And then there's also One World, where you can do Avios to either Iberia or British Airways, which gives you access to all of the American Express flights there, both domestically and internationally as well. And to be honest with you, between the welcome bonus and the extra categories, earning MR points, this is the reason that you're doing it. It is to redeem it for stuff like this. If it is that you're just looking for regular cashback there, this is probably not the best card for you. There's tons of other just plain cashback cards. If you don't want to get into the whole points game of transferring points to find the best redemption, then this is not the best thing for you. Which leads me into the few drawbacks of this card. With the increase in the annual fee to $325, a ton of people on the online forums and just people that I've spoken to are saying that it's starting to feel too much like a coupon book with American Express cards, particularly this Gold Card, and having to jump through too many hoops to recoup that $325. And then when you start to consider the competition and other cards that compete with the American Express Gold Card, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, it's a straight $95 card. It has one $50 credit that you may or may not use. It has primary insurance, and it earns 3x on dine-in and 2x on all travel, and the travel category is very broad and not just limited to direct websites or anything like that. So considering that, a lot of people decide to then use that card because they don't want to jump through all the different hoops of having to use these credits to bring down the effective annual fee. However, if you are considering the card and the annual fee is what's holding you back a little bit, here's a way that I maximize the different credits for this card. The two main hacks are, for the dine-in credit, even though I don't dine at those particular restaurants, I do drink wine, and wine.com does have pretty decent selections of wine. Instead of trying to buy wine every month though, it's a lot better to buy it in bulk. So what I do is set a reminder each month in the phone, purchase a gift certificate from wine.com, and then once or twice a year with those different gift certificates, I go ahead and I make one big purchase to stock up on wine. I haven't tried it with some of the other places like Shake Shack or Cheesecake Factory or Grubhub or stuff like that, but I believe you can do that as well. That way you stack it up and you're not losing the credit every single month. Same thing for Dunkin' Donut. Not going to Dunkin' every single month, but you could load the $7 credit each month onto the Dunkin' app, and then when you accumulate it, when it is that you actually do go to a Dunkin', which I do on occasion with my kids, then you can just use the app and still get value from the card. So not perfect and still have to jump through a hoop, but at least you're not losing the actual value and you're getting back on the card. Because if it is that you're able to take advantage of all the credits, you're getting upwards of $500 back per year, which more than offsets the fee of the card. And then on top of that, like I said, if you spend money on restaurants and groceries, which most people tend to do, then this card is way more than worth it. So in conclusion, should you get this card? Absolutely, you should get this card. Between the elevated sign-up bonus, plus the bonus spend categories there, and then the perks if you can make them work for you, you should definitely get this card. So links will be down below on where you can check out the elevated bonus for this card. Plus, if it is that you want to see the card that pairs best with the Gold Card, click this video right here and I'll see you over there in the next one. Big up yourself. Peace.